Shalom traders, this is Melek Shalamah of Melek Shalamah Capital LLC. Today is the 25th of June 2026. It's 9:42 a.m. Eastern Time. Right now I'm not in any trades. Just gonna do a little narration of what I was looking for, and I actually missed a setup today. So all right, let me just start from the RTH open. All right, so the 360 fire strategy is basically where sellers take control at the beginning of the session or somewhere near the beginning of the session, like the first 15 to 20 minutes, first half an hour. And we have that here, right? So sellers take control. We start pushing down from London value area high and ETH high, right? So we break down Camarilla R4, London value area low. We get a retest here at VWAP, right? So VWAP is that solid green line. London VWAP is the solid white line. And the solid red line is ETH VWAP, right? So we retest VWAP right here. Let's see how much contracts we get on this retest from the buying delta. All right, so first of all, we have 463 contracts. So that's the first thing we're going to consider, right? So we're looking for buy sweeps. We have buy sweeps here, 198. We have iceberg sellers here, 55. And we have another buy sweep here, 104, right? So we're running into VPOC, right? So you can see here, VPOC is migrating to the downside. Right, VPOC moves down, then VPOC moves back up right here, right? We have the buyers initiate to push up into VWAP, and we get 463 contracts on this delta right here, right? Then we get a follow-up of 104 contracts as we break above VWAP. The 360 fire trigger entry is basically looking for 100 plus sell delta as the response, right? And it's even better that it's actually breaking down below this 463 buying delta. So we have buy sweeps here as well, only 3 buy sweeps. But this is my trigger entry. This is where I was supposed to enter, right? So we're looking for Camarilla R4 as our resistance on the retest. London value area low as the retest as well. This is ETH open, and this is ETH value area high, right? So we're retesting a zone right here, Camarilla and TPO zone. And that would have been my trigger with a 3-point stop, right? So if I had taken this trade, and I was actually away from my desk for the open, so just really got to my desk. So this trader would have been working out, right? Would have gotten all of this here, because this retracement here, I have a 6-point trailing stop after 8 points in profit. This wouldn't be able to take me out. My trailing stop would still be active, and I could get probably 20 points out of this trade. So it would be 74, 73 as the entry, right? And that would take us down to 74.53. So let's see if we got there on a 20-point trade. And yep, we got there right here, right? So it would basically line up with it's like a Camarilla R4 for R3 breakdown, right? So that would line up with Camarilla R3 right there, and that would have been the end of my day right there, right? With that trade. Now that I've missed that opportunity, we're going to see if we get a pullback, right? And hopefully Bookmap will cooperate right now, because I have OBS open at the same time. So what's going on here? Right. So this is current price action. We're down to the POC. That's yesterday's POC. Yesterday's value area low, the full session. We're at monthly value area low as well. Weekly floor pivot S1. Weekly Camarilla S5, right? It's also at the higher time frame automatic reaction, which I'm going to relabel now as the Arctic wall, which in Wyckoff terms, it's the ice wall, but I call it the Arctic wall. Right, so let me just put that there. And let me change that to this color. Right. So that's going to be my Arctic wall level. We're retesting that right now. We have a big bid right there, trying to absorb at 74.11. It's looking like that bid just pulled or it got absorbed. Yeah, so we did interact. So we hit that a little bit, absorbing some sellers. What I look at now is the selling volume, right? So the VPI is this right here, right? Volume pressure imbalance. That's hitting the sell threshold right there, right? Now it's trying to bounce back up. So when it hits the red, it's kind of crossing the threshold, like right there is crossing the threshold, trying to kind of push back up right now. You can see the buying delta coming in, right? So what I'm looking for now is continuation, right? So a 365 strategy could also be a retest of -1 lower deviation. So we're looking for this low volume retracement here. We're trying to get up to yesterday's value area low, monthly value area low retest, yesterday's settlement, and weekly floor S1. So we have 208 contracts. We have 95 buy sweeps. Let's see if we get any sell delta response here. And that's a sell delta response. All right, I'm going to take a trade right there, right? So sell delta was only 74 right there. I thought it was actually more. So right, this didn't exactly meet the criteria. So you see we're coming back, so flatten that, right? So we're looking for a sell delta right there. That's supposed to be plus 100 contracts. So we're looking for the setup again. We have buy delta 207. We're looking for a little more than that on the buy delta. Right, 310. So now we're looking for a selling response right here around this area. Right, so 174. All right, gonna take that trade right here. Right, 346 sell delta is the response. Enter the trade at, what is that, 74.2875. Right, first partial is going to be here. Right, got the first partial. Trailing stop is triggered. 6-point trailing stop. Second partial is going to be 12 points in profit, 74.1675. Coming back down to the Arctic wall. Full take profit, 20 points is going to be at yesterday's value area low. And there's a bunch of liquidity down here on the bid as well. And why I have a 6-point trailing stop is any retracement in a healthy downtrend is going to be less than 6 points, right? So if it starts retracing to 6 points, it's probably going to go further than 6 points, like 8 points, and just push up, right? So that's what I've noticed. I created my 6-point trailing stop. So now you see we're rotating here, right? If sellers don't take control of this consolidation, the trailing stop will get taken out, and it's kind of at the high of this consolidation here, right? And that's what I've noticed as well. The consolidations, my trailing stop actually sits around the high of it, right? So it's not just arbitrary where I just put 6-point trailing stop. It has a purpose. From how I've noticed the order flow to work, when it's a good trade and it's working properly, that 6-point trailing stop will actually keep me in the trade. If it's not working properly, it's going to get taken out. So now that we ran into this liquidity here and we're getting a little pop, right? I could manually start trailing this to here because it's looking like a reversal, right? So boom, we got taken out on the trailing stop. Now, if I'm manually exiting the trade, I could see that, okay, we're hitting a bid, we're getting strong buyers, another strong buying response after this one, and I could probably start just cutting off the trade right here, just taking profit right there. Or I could just let my trailing stop do its job, right? So volatility pushed above the 6-point trailing stop, and that was the result right there, right? And that's the profit on the day, and it's still sim, right? So I just put myself back in sim because I've been breaking some rules and stuff over the past month or 2 months. So I really had to just go back to sim and just make sure I just take the proper trades, execute properly, execute mechanically, and just build that muscle memory, right? And just try to maintain discipline because, as you saw, right, I didn't chase price, I didn't chase anything. I already showed you that I missed the first opportunity, which was the retest of VWAP up here, right? That's 74.73, right? Missed that, waited for this, right? Which is the next aspect of the 365 strategy, right? Waited for my entry trigger, and the trade worked out nice. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a matter of just sticking to your strategies, having the discipline and the psychology of a trader to know that it's all probabilities, right? So some of them would actually, like if I took the first trade, I would get the full 20 points. For this one, I didn't get the full 20 points after my 12 points take profit, the second take profit. The trailing stop came and took me out right here, right? So that's just how it goes sometimes, and it continues. So yeah, so that's an example, a live example of the 365 strategy. And it's Melek Shalamah, and you'll trade safe and stay blessed. Shalom.